Good evening and welcome to the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq received at Barca Palace the credentials of a number of the excellencies and ambassadors of friendly countries accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Majesty the Sultan issues 3 royal decrees. State Council Office reviews proposals on public expenditure efficiency and policies and agriculture sector's contribution to national economy. The International Monetary Fund praises the efforts of the financial and economic policies taken by the Sultanate of Oman. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq receives separately at Al Barca Palace this morning the credentials of the number of the excellencies, the ambassadors of friendly countries accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Majesty received the credentials of His Excellency Dr. Guillermo Emilio Nilsson, Ambassador, Extraordinary Plenipotentiary of His Excellency Alberto Fernandez, President of Argentine Republic, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Ambassador Edvidas Bagrunas, Ambassador Extraordinary Plenipotentiary of His Excellency Gita Nosida, President of the Republic of Lithuania, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. Her Excellency Ingrid Arme, Ambassador Extraordinary Plenipotentiary of His Excellency Alta Karis, President of the Republic of Estonia, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Gerald Cunningham, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of His Excellency Michael Daniel Higgins, President of the Republic of Ireland, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Mohammed Habibu Tijani, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. Her Excellency Anna Ulrika Villanen, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of His Excellency Solin Institute and President of the Republic of Finland, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Dr. Nelson Jamil Shaban Labadi, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of His Excellency President Louis Alberto Lacala, President of the Eastern Republic of Uruguay, accredited to the Sultan of Oman. And Her Excellency Petra Menander, Ambassador, Extraordinary Plenipotentiary of His Majesty King Carl Gustav of the Kingdom of Sweden, accredited to the Sultan of Oman. During the side meetings with His Majesty the Sultan, the Excellencies the Ambassadors conveyed the greetings and wishes of the leaders of their countries to His Majesty the Sultan for good health, happiness and long life, and for the Omani people continued progress, advancement and prosperity under the wise leadership of His Majesty, expressing their great honor and happiness to present their credentials before His Majesty. They affirmed their utmost efforts to promote the relations of their countries with the Sultan of Oman in various fields and in a way that serves the common interests of the Omani people and the peoples of their countries. His Majesty the Sultan welcomed the ambassadors, thanking the leaders of their countries for their greetings and good wishes, assuring them that they will receive all support from His Majesty, the government and the Omani people to facilitate the performance of their duties. The credentials ceremony was attended by His Excellency, the Minister of the Diwan Royal Court, His Excellency the Foreign Minister, the Major General of the Commander of the Royal Guard of Oman, His Excellency the Head of the Royal Protocols and the military escorts of His Majesty the Sultan. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq issued 3 royal decrees as follows. Royal Decree number 40 over 2023 on issuing law on regulating water and wastewater sector. Article 1 enacts the provisions of the attached law on regulating water and wastewater sector. Article 2, Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Authority for Public Services Regulation issues the regulations and decisions necessary to implement the provisions of the attached law, and until the issuance of the current regulations and decisions shall continue to apply in a way that will not contravene with the provisions of the attached law. Article 3, all those who practice any activities subject to regulations by virtue of provisions of the attached law shall rectify their status in compliance with this provision within 6 months from the date of its entry into force. And this period may be extended by the Board of Directors of the Authority for Public Services Regulation for an additional 6 months period. Article 4 cancels all that contradicts with the decree and attached law on or contravene with their provisions. Article 5, this decree shall be published on the official gazette and shall come into effect from the following day of its issue. Royal Decree number 41 over 2023 on the approving the Sultan of Oman annexation on the general agreement of the railway linking GCC countries as per the attached annex. Article 1 approving Sultan of Oman accession to the general agreement of the railway linking GCC countries as per the attached law annex. The competent authorities shall deposit the accession document of the aforementioned agreement in accordance with its provision. Article 3, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the day of its issue. Royal Decree number 42 over 2023 on issuing Class 1 license for Starlink Muscat Company SPC to build and operate a satellite communication system to provide fixed public telecommunication services. Article 1 issues Class 1 license for Starlink Muscat SPC to build and operate a satellite communication system to provide fixed public telecommunication services in accordance with the provisions of the attached license. Article 2, this decree shall be published in Official Gazette and shall come into effect from the day of its issue. His Highness Sayyid bin Arab bin Haytham Al Said, Honorary President of the Promising Omani State Startups Program, left the country this morning, heading to the Swiss Confederation on a visit that will last for several days. The visit embodies the depth of trade and investment relations between the two countries, which are characterized by their contributions to developing cooperation and partnership and setting up bonds between the two sides in various business sectors. The visit aims to open up discussions with the World Trade Organization and its affiliated institutions to boost cooperation on foreign trade and export issues, enhance the export capacity of the Sultan of Oman, build competences in this fact, and attract more investments in various promising sectors. The Dhofar Municipal Council reviewed a number of development and investment methods during its meeting. Topics discussed include Suruh Integrated Residential Area, tourism land schemes offered through investment, use-of-craft agreements, and operations for Kharif season. Officials from the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning gave a presentation to the Dhofar Municipal Council on Suruh project as part of the Ministry's initiative for sustainable towns and cities that comes in line with the Oman Vision 2020 objectives. The meeting was chaired by His Highness Sayyid Marwan bin Turki Al Said, Governor of the Dhofar and Chairman of the Dhofar Municipal Council. On the advent of the blessing Eid of Al-Adha for the 1444 Hijriya, it was decided that Eid al-Adha holiday for employees of the state administrative apparatus, other legal entities and the private sector establishment will start from Tuesday 9th of Dhul Hijjah 1444, corresponding to 27th of June 2023, until Friday 12th of the Dhul Hijjah 1444, corresponding to 30th of June 2023. The official work shall be resumed on Sunday, the 2nd of July 2023. The decision shall allow workers during the holiday, if necessary arises. Holiday can be compensated as per the applicable regulations. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has praised the efforts of the financial and economic policies taken by the Sultanate of Oman. The fund indicated that the economy of the Sultanate of Oman continued to grow and inflation was contained at low level in light of the growth of the gross domestic product by about 4.3% in the year 2022, supported by the expansion of oil and gas production. The fund expected economic growth to reach 1.3% in 2023, with growth returning at a higher rate in 2024 to about 2.7%, in addition to a decline in the inflation rate from 2.8% in 2022 to 1.6% during the period from January to April this year. The fund indicated that the exceptional oil revenues and financial control measures led to an improvement in the fiscal and external positions, noting that the state's general budget achieving a fiscal surplus of 7.5% of the GDP of the year 2022, and is expected to continue to achieve financial surpluses in the medium term. His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser Harasi, Minister of Information, stated that the Council of Ministers decided to appoint spokesmen for service governments, units and other public organizations in order to present various media platforms the government unit's opinion on matters concerning its services to the community, responding to media inquiries regarding such services, interact with issues addressed in media platforms. His Excellency added that Ministry of Information will work on drafting training plans necessary for empowering spokesmen to deal with the media and improving their professional skills to allow them to lead their roles in delivering the right messages to the community and feed the media within the latest developments within the scope of their government units. His Excellency emphasized that appointing spokesmen will contribute to introduce to the media and the public community to the roles assigned to the government units in achieving the targets of Oman 2040, stating that appointing spokesmen is very essential for the media when dealing variables and minimizing the spread of rumors regarding government services. The State Council Office discussed during its sixth meeting this year public expenditure efficiency policy, controls and monitor. The State Council Office also reviewed parameters affecting public spending to highlight the best regional and international practices in the field and propose appropriate legal framework. The Council Office also discussed agriculture sector in the Sultanate of Oman, the available opportunities and challenges facing the sector and mechanisms to enhance its contribution to the national economy. The meeting also addressed the traffic congestion in the governorate of Muscat and the latest methods to overcome the challenge. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Sheikh Abdul Malik Al Khalili, State Council Chairman. OQ signed an agreement with the global technology company SAP to adopt a number of solutions and operate SAP's own solutions, including the integrated enterprise resources planning system and all its assets to the new local data center. Under this agreement, OQ became the first user of the private cloud SAP in the Sultanate of Oman. Here is a report on that.
OQ, the Global Integrated Energy Group, entered into an agreement with the global tech giant SAP. The agreement entails OQ adopting various solutions, including RISE with SAP and operating SAP's integrated ERP system and assets with a newly established local data center. This landmark agreement positions OQ as the inaugural user of SAP's solutions in the Sultanate of Oman, solidifying their commitment to technological advancement and innovation.
We are very delighted to sign the agreement with SAP. It's first of its kind for a local private company to have the in-house cloud solutions of SAP in the country, which will enable the journey of our digital transformation and mobiling to cloud services. As well, it will provide a platform for other entities as well to utilize this option and solution in country. This is also a milestone because our digital transformation journey is pretty much in line with Oman Vision 2040, in line in the digital transformation of the group, which is a major player in the sector of energy in Oman.
And thus, global tech giant SAP has announced today the launch of its first private cloud data center in the Sultanate in collaboration with the Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology. The SAP data center will empower the realization of Oman Vision 2040 by accelerating innovation and cloud adoption and enabling businesses in more than 25 industries to leverage the benefits of SAP's cloud solutions, ensuring secure data storage within the Sultanate of Oman.
Today is really important day for us in SAP as well as OQ. This agreement that brings the data center locally hosting all the digital transformation plans for OQ and the other companies in the Sultanate of Oman. It's a great start not only for OQ, but also for all the industries, from healthcare, education, higher education, even the small and medium enterprises, all will benefit from having their data locally hosted, having the best, enjoying the best of breed application that will be according to the regulations of the Sultanate.
This step will inspire new public and private sector agendas related to digital transformation. In addition, the adoption of cloud computing, along with the utilization of advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence and machine learning, is expected to ignite innovation among Omani entities. This momentous event marked a significant step forward in the collaboration between OQ and SAP, with both organizations demonstrating their commitment to advancing digital solutions in the Sultanate of Oman. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
In collaboration with key public and private entities, the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion held a campaign in Nizwa on competition protection and prevention of monopoly. More details in the following report.
To raise awareness about the Center for Competition Protection and Monopoly Prevention and educate the public on the Competition Protection and Monopoly Prevention Law and its executive regulations, the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion held a campaign at the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry branch in Nizwa under the theme Together to Ensure Freedom of Competition.
The Competition Protection and Monopoly Prevention Center means the application of the Competition Protection and Monopoly Prevention Law and the investigation of anti-competitive practices, which mentioned in the Article 8, 9 and 10 of the law. It should be noted that the practices mentioned in the law came as examples.
Besides familiarizing community members with the provisions of the Competition Protection and Monopoly Prevention Law, the campaign shed light on the role of the anti-dumping law in protecting national industries.
There is impact of imports and unfair competition regarding which could be happened or impact for dumping or subsidies, and also a safeguard. So we are providing in this seminars that in order to provide service for all the industrials which could be interested to use this law, and we hope that also through this opportunity we meet all the interested party who could be use this law, which is giving a great advantage to all the partners, industrial, importer, also consumer.
The event targeted consumers, traders and investors. The discussions focused on the importance of fair competition, free market principles and competitive markets for a thriving economy. صالح بن خلفان الرحبي, ولاية of نزوة الداخلية, Governorate.
The Central Bank of Oman, CBO, launched the new local real-time gross settlement system, which started the actual operation with the settlement of more than 3,000 transactions with a value exceeding 400 million Omani Riyals on a day. The system provides a mechanism for processing and final settlements of high-value payment orders exchanged between participants on an ongoing basis. The implementation of the new system comes to enhance the quality of the services of the national payment system provided to the banking and financial sector, as the system will enable banks, government and private financial institutions to make financial transfers at any time during holidays and outside banking hours. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq receives at Al Baraka Palace the credentials of a number of the excellencies, the ambassadors and friendly countries accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq issues 3 royal decrees. The State Council Office reviews proposals on public expenditure efficiency and policies on agriculture sector's contribution to national economy. And the International Monetary Fund praises the efforts of the financial and economic policies taken by the Sultanate of Oman. And with that, we come to the end of this tonight's news bulletin. For myself, Suhail Kendi, and all the crew here, good night.